Yo, what up, fam? You are back for another video with Datazero. This is your daily outlook prediction for stocks and crypto. This video is not financial advice, should not be taken as such. Please do your own research and do this for buying any stock or crypto asset. Now, with that being said, let's hop of the charts fact data showing you what is going on for today. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, McFamily. Yo, check this out. AMC pulling back, right? But we knew this would happen. We knew this happened. I told you guys on the weekly outlook prediction we will see some pullback Monday, Tuesday before the recovery, but I said that AMC will reclaim and hold $3 this week. So far, we are on track for those projections. I believe that GameStop is about to break out, and this will help AMC reclaim $3 and help us get bullish momentum. We also have to worry about something, as we do have a problem on the horizon. 10 million short shares, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I repeat, 10 million short shares. You guys can see that here on your screen. There's 10 million short shares. They're sitting on them. They've got these today, and they literally been sitting on them. They sit on them for over 10 hours. Why are they sitting on them? Because they know GameStop's about to rally and AMC's about to rally, and they're trying to stop it. AMC keeps getting all of these upgrades. AMC keeps getting all of this bullish news. We're also seeing people buy GameStop. We're seeing more and more funds buy GameStop. More and more funds starting to accumulate. Ladies and gentlemen, this is very clear on what is happening. We're also seeing the box office come back, and if you've watched my videos, the on-the-ground investigations, you know that AMC is absolutely thriving. And if you've gone to your local AMC, you know that your AMC is absolutely thriving. So as you guys can see here, we have this little bit of piece of news and of people buying GameStop, but also, why is Seeking Alpha, which normally spreads FUD about the meme stock, saying that GameStop set to squeeze and setting a $30 price target for GME stock? Why is it that all of a sudden the media is bullish for AMC and GME? As you guys can see, we're getting upgraded all around from multiple different analysts, ladies and gentlemen. And if the analysts are saying that AMC is bullish, then it is definitely more bullish, all right? Because the AMC analysts or analysts that do this are literally paid shills. They're paid by the hedge funds. They're paid by wealth management funds to shape perspective of the overall asset that they're talking about. So if they're saying that it's more bullish, it's 1,000% more bullish, as I explained here in this tweet. So this is what we're looking at for AMC. I think we'll start to recover here tomorrow, as early as tomorrow. But what you'll probably see here is AMC start to push up, holding this 296 as support, and then we'll start to push up to 3, probably reclaiming that tomorrow. And then between tomorrow and Wednesday, heading into Thursday, you'll probably see us holding $3, which will give us our pop to the upside. This will simultaneously probably coincide with GameStop potentially here pushing to the upside. As you guys can see, GME stock breaking out of this bullish pennant. As long as GameStop stays above $23, you're going to see a decent move to the upside. What we really want to see, though, is GameStop break $23.15, because if GameStop breaks and holds $23.15, you're going to see this rally. You're going to see a nice push towards $23.50 or $24. I did call out $23 calls in the Discord, so if you were able to get on that, congratulations, as those are in the money right now, and I do believe they will continue to be in the money as GameStop push up. GameStop short interest really high right now, 16.63%. Right now we're sitting on 4.6 million short shares available to short here for GME. GME cost of borrow remaining stagnant at 0.42%. We want to see that go higher. They have been shorting on both AMC and GME massively, guys. Look at what they were shorting before and look at what they're shorting now. Those white volume candles, that's all the short volume. Look how much shorting they're doing here compared to what they were doing before. They're shorting way more. Cost of borrow should be going up. Cost of borrow is slightly going up here for AMC. We got this nice little pop to the ups here. And I told you guys this might happen, where cost of borrow pops because they've been shorting so much and cost of borrow has been going down. we'll probably see a pop in cost of borrow. If cost of borrow goes over 1%, you better believe something's coming for AMC. So I believe, you know, a lot of people will say I'm crazy for this, but I believe something is cooking for the meme stocks where we could see some movement to the upside and we could actually see a possible rally here happening. Now, are we going to see a squeeze? I'm not going that far yet, but we could see some upside where you could make some trades, make a quick buck here and there, and then maybe accumulate some shares for the bigger movement down the road. But this is what we're looking at for AMC and GME. You guys can see 0.61% cost of borrow. Cost of borrow is moving up for AMC. And you want to see cost of borrow over 1%. Cost of borrow being higher means it costs more for them to short the shares. Them getting that in 10 million shares is definitely what helped contribute to cost of borrow being up. Let's see if it starts to move in the right direction. They are sitting on those shares looking like they're waiting for something to happen, but the fundamentals are sound. Or getting better, at least for AMC, and the fundamentals for GME are getting better as well. They're sitting on Bitcoin, they're sitting on a ton of cash, they're profitable. So both of these companies look good in my personal opinion from here moving into the future. I'm expecting GME again to break 23.15. It'll probably do this tomorrow. If it's able to hold that, you'll see a nice pop to the upside. AMC, you guys can see here, getting a little bit of push here in after hours. I'm expecting it to break back above $2.96 and move towards $3 tomorrow. And we'll probably hold that between like tomorrow and Wednesday. We'll probably hold that level and get a nice little push up as GME starts to break out as well. So this is what we're looking at for AMC and GME. Let's go ahead and move into SPY and the overall stock market, show you guys what's going on there. And then we will move into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So NASDAQ getting a little bit of recovery here after moving down to this low. We broke down out of the macro bear flag here. You guys can see that. We broke down out of that. This is basically the complacency rally, in my personal opinion. If you look at the market psychology, you guys will see that there is something called a complacency rally. And this complacency rally is normally after you get a massive push to the upside. You get these huge pushes to the upside, and then you get a drop down, which normally leads to a rally, which is either lower or higher. Recently, you've been seeing complacency rallies go a little bit higher, but then you get a massive move down, and I think that's what could potentially be happening here. As you guys go ahead and look on the macro, this would be our massive rally, and then we get our complacency rally here. Again, massive rally. This would be our complacency rally here. We can see this happen to Bitcoin before. We had this massive rally, then we have this complacency rally here, which slightly went higher, and then we went to a little bit of a bear market before pushing up. So again, this could be something that's happening here for SPY, especially as the Trump tariffs start to eat their way into the economy more, causing more overall inflation and making it that much harder for people to really afford the goods that they need, as the prices will go up and people will be spending less as that shock really comes to the economy. But I think the tariffs are kind of necessary at this point because the U.S. debt is getting out of control now. I don't want to sit there and break all of this down here. That's something I'll talk about on the live stream. Make sure you guys follow me on the live stream as I do break things down more in depth. But as far as NASDAQ is concerned, I think we could see a little bit more upside before drawing down, and that's going to make SPY pop to the upside before drawing down. But as you guys can see, SPY is retesting this overall sloping support and resistance as resistance. What I'm expecting from SPY is a potential push up here where it retests it again and then rejects down. But overall, I think SPY is going to be having a red week. I think SPY is going to be able to push up to like 643.95. And potentially 644.50, and then start to pull back. As you guys can see, we have a lot of support and resistance here and here, and SPY needs to break one of these to move one way or the other. Right here on the hourly time frame, it looks like SPY is going to try to push up, which will probably retest this one more time and then break down. So I told you guys Monday and Tuesday might be a little bit more bullish for SPY. But as we start to move in the later half of the week, it's going to get bearish. So I think SPY is going to start pushing up a little bit tomorrow, and then we could see some sharp downside here in the later half of the week. So be ready for that potentiality if my prediction does come to fruition. You guys can see we do have some major data drops here tomorrow, but nothing crazy. Building permits and housing starts. The big thing's going to be here on Wednesday. Then also Thursday is exiting home sales. But on Friday, we have a Fed Chair Powell speech. This is where I think things could potentially get pretty bearish in my personal opinion. We'll see what happens. But I think heading into like Thursday and Friday is when we're going to start to see more pullback on SPY, giving us our overall red week. But as you guys can see, we were pretty much stagnant and flat today. I'm expecting a pop to the upside to drop down. And this is what we're looking at for SPY in the overall market. Let's go ahead and look at BTC and crypto, show you guys what's going on there, and then we will wrap up this video. So as you guys can see, Bitcoin had this bear flag, which I talked about in yesterday's weekly outlook and prediction, drop down exactly as predicted. I told you guys we'll see a little bit more downside before the recovery, but as long as Bitcoin stays above like 114, 113K, you're gonna still see altcoins do pretty well, and that's what's happening here, guys. You can see that Ethereum's in this pretty much accumulation of this falling wedge, which you're most likely gonna see a push up, still tracking with yesterday's prediction from the weekly outlook and prediction. Most likely you're gonna see Ethereum push up and then make a new high, higher than this 4,792, which would be very, very bullish, as it would be moving towards its all-time high. So I think all-time high is coming here for ETH. I do not think this bull run is over, in my personal opinion. I think this is a healthy pullback. I think they're trying to create fear in the market as well. I think key coins like XRP are being manipulated, ladies and gentlemen. As you guys can see, XRP is having heavy sell walls here. I think they're trying to pin the price around like $3.10 to $3 so they can accumulate before having it move higher. I think that Bitcoin is potentially going to push up a little bit more. I think Ethereum is going to push up a little bit more, and this is going to cause coins like XRP, ADA to push up as well. ADA's looking extremely good as well. Speaking of ADA, you guys can see it's sitting at 92 cents right now. I think ADA is going to be pushing for $1.07, $1.25 here very, very soon. There's a very, very good potential that ADA actually might return to a new all-time high, especially if Ethereum makes a new all-time high, okay? If Ethereum makes a new all-time high and starts ushering in a natural altcoin season, it's very, very likely that top coins like Cardano, ADA could definitely see a new all-time high as well. So I'm very, very bullish on what could potentially happen here for ADA, as that would be a absolutely massive move if ADA was able to push past its previous all-time high, sitting at a 287.5% gain if it were able to push up towards that $3.10 level. So this is what we're looking at as far as altcoins are concerned. You guys can see Bitcoin is recovering right now. I think Bitcoin might consolidate sideways a little bit here, but I definitely think we're decoupled from the fractal, in my personal opinion. As long as Bitcoin doesn't lose 110,000, I am not concerned. We're holding major support here at 115,000. And that's very, very, very bullish. I think it's a very, very good possibility that Bitcoin could either consolidate or push up a little bit higher, in order to make a move. So you guys can see that Bitcoin potentially could be holding this key range of 115,000. If it does able to do that, then you could see it again either just consolidate and or potentially make a new all-time high towards that 125K price target that I was talking about here in the past. We're very, very close to that price target, but we haven't hit it yet. I have gotten all of my Bitcoin predictions, but I haven't been able to, I've gotten all of my Bitcoin predictions right, but we haven't able to hit that price target just yet. But even if Bitcoin does go into like a consolidation mode, we could still hit that price target here later down the road. Again, I said it does come before 2026. So this is pretty much everything we're looking at. I think Ethereum is going to make a new all-time high. I think XRP is in kind of an accumulation range right now. Again, not financial advice. XRP looking like a pretty decent buy zone here. Anything around like 310 to $3. Obviously, the lower would be better. Heavy sell walls here. So I think you're going to see some consolidation before a potential move up. I'm actually going to leave this prediction here, as you guys can see, and see how that plays out. But yeah, me personally, I'm interested in top coins like Cardano, ADA, Ethereum, and of course Bitcoin. Bitcoin is 50% of my portfolio, and then I hold other coins like Ethereum, Cardano, ADA, and coins like that. So if we go ahead and just check out the BTC rainbow chart real quick, I'll show you guys that. But if you guys look at that, the BTC rainbow chart will show you guys that we are in basically an accumulation range right now. and that it's not the end of the bull run in my personal opinion. If you go ahead and look here, you guys can see the Bitcoin accumulation chart or rainbow chart is showing us that we're still in basically accumulation right now. So again, I think this is a healthy pullback, a healthy consolidation. And then if you look at the crypto fear and greed, you guys will see that it's actually cooling down, moving more towards neutral, which is bullish. Again, if it gets towards extreme greed, that means we're most likely in the later half of the bull run. We also haven't seen a crazy altcoin season yet. Altcoin season would have Bitcoin dominance coming down towards like 50%, 45%, and Ethereum dominance going up towards like 15 or 20% or more. You guys can see right now Bitcoin dominance is sitting at 57.7% and Ethereum dominance is sitting at 13%. So this is your daily outlook and prediction for stocks and crypto, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. I'm rocking some of the merch right now. If you guys want to check out the merch store, linked in the comment section and description below. We have all types of things. I also have an exclusive Discord as well. If you guys want to check that out, it's $100 for a lifetime invite, exclusive buy and sell signals, and exclusive community as well. If you guys want to check that out, hit me up on my email, DataZeroOfficial5, or Instagram, which is also linked in the comment section description below. But if you want to support for absolutely free, you guys can share this content, like, and leave a comment down below. And as always, if you watch to the end, that helps me out immensely. And of course, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out, fam.